Dream World update, because this last week or two, I've been having like, they're not questionable because I'm already caught up with all like, I guess everything like mentally, with spiritually, but basically the guy I wanted to be my honey boo boo skitty for the rest of life. I wanted to do life with him. Um, he is in some kind of form of regret. And I say that because he is avoiding me in the dream world. At first, like the last dream where we was good, like he came to me and we was talking, and I kind of made like a sex joke to him because like that's just how I talk. Like I naturally be like joking like that. Not like toward him, trying to make a pass at him, but like just speaking about the beauty and how much I enjoy myself in my space. But he was more serious in that dream, and like me and him was just talking, and we was talking about some honest stuff, but he wasn't as like comforting. It was like a father giving giving instructions and like, hey, I need you to take heed to what I'm saying, and like take heed to the energy. So that was in my dream, and then I started like paying attention more to how he shows up in reality, and I was like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, dang, it must have happened. He must have picked somebody else. Something must have happened and threw him off of course, and now we can't be in love. Or now I must learn a different form of love, loyalty and love to like, you know. And then I was like, okay, well, if he apologizes, then I mean, I guess I'll forgive him. Like, I don't have no problem forgiving people, but it's the seriousness of the problem. I think maybe too grand for him to even feel like he's worthy of forgiveness, and I still forgive him. Like, I hold no grudge in my heart. Um, I am grateful to know that I actually reached him. Um, I touched him in the non-physical way, and I am grateful for that. But back to Dream World. So, uh, this one dream I had about him, we were basically at some kind of event, fundraising event, and he was one of the guest speakers there, but I was making my runs, doing just socializing, hanging out, minding my business. So in the midst of that, I was like, I heard that he was about to go, present himself to the kids. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I want to go catch that. And so I'm walking around the fair trying to find like where he's stationed at, like to do his show, performance, whatever you want to call it. Um, Give his speech, I don't know. And in the midst of me looking for him, I ran into my ex, and it was like a younger version of my ex, like the teenage version of my ex, and we looked back, made eye contact, smiled, and all that. Like it was like a little moment, but I continued my search. I was like, okay, I gotta go. And then I literally walked around looking, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not supposed to see him, or maybe I missed it or something. I was like, okay, well, whatever. So I end up waking up from the dream, like shortly after I had seen my ex and went back to my search and discovered I wasn't gonna find him. I had woke up from the dream. Then I end up having another dream. Oh no, and then after that dream where I had seen my ex, why I went to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store the next day, and I ran into one of my exes in the grocery store in the egg department. And I say I ring up the egg department because that brings me to this other random part that I remembered from another dream where I was just like trying to figure out why the fuck am I only remembering about getting fresh eggs? Like, because in the refrigerator we only had two eggs left in the carton, and then in my dream I had a full carton of eggs. And I was like, why is that all I'm remembering about the dream? And then I had that other dream. And then the next day I seen my ex at the store and I was shopping for eggs. And I'm like, damn, why are these eggs so expensive? And like, I noticed at first and I spoke and everything like respectfully, but I was just like, what the fuck? So me and him chatted it up for a little bit, and that was cool. I got his number, found out he worked like in the area, so I chatted up for a little bit, and yeah, it wasn't like no, you're the love of my life. It was just like, oh hi, you're a person that exists, like, and I didn't think you were ever a weirdo, so hi. Like, it was nice to see a familiar face of a non-weirdo. So, yeah. And then that happened. Then I was like, and I had another dream. At this dream, we were at some kind of celebration. And in the celebration, it was like kind of a house party, but my the guy I was so in love with that I thought was going to be my husband, he shows up to the party. Now I don't know if this party was in celebration of me or if I was just there. I'm always just happy to be in a mix. Like, I just be excited to be in a mix. So yeah, we was there. I was across the room when I seen him come through the door, but like he kind of like did one of those like, I'm gonna speak to you halfway. So I acknowledged him, like, because that's how I do people that do it. Like, what's up? And then I was like, don't go over there and be all friendly. Like, you're a lady. Like, he's the type of man that want to approach you. So, give him space. He'll come over here and talk to you if he won't talk to you. So, I'm sitting there all dandy, straighten up, da-da-da-da. And he turns the other way, walk away, and, doing his little rounds around the party. And while he's rounding around the party, I'm under my business, still casually interacting with everybody. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, dang, when is he going to come talk to me? And then, like, I didn't see him inside the house anymore. So I was like, okay, well, I guess he went outside, so I'm going to go outside and wait. Like, you're not giving them opportunities to, why you ain't approached me, mother effer? And then, so I find out, well, as I'm making it like a little bit more obvious that I'm looking around for somebody, they tell me that I don't remember if I told this guy that I was looking for him, but they was like, oh, maybe he had left. I haven't seen him around, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. No trip, no biggie. And I was just like, what did I do so bad to where he can't talk to me? Like, what happened? Like, but it's not me doing anything bad. It's he may have a slight piece of shame or guilt or all that coursing through his veins for the stupid shit and the low vibrational beings he found himself around in reality, and how it may have caused all these different towers in his life. So yeah, he and as a man you must allow them to, do their heal by themselves, but show them love and support. But you can't give them the love and support too much, because it will make them feel guilty. They'll be like, fuck, I'm so unworthy of this. I'm so unworthy of this magnificent person in my life showing me all this love, and I ain't shit. And I done tried to hurt. I think I freaked this part. Excuse me. I think I freaked this part up. And I tried to hurt them and all this, and rada rada hooda hada hooda gotta gotta. And that's okay. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4. But yeah, it's just like my dreams have been really intense. I'm like, why is it? I ain't thinking about that right now. I got a lot of shit going on. I ain't got time to be sitting there stressing about that. And I be trying not to think about, the opposite sex, because like some people say that it's a distraction, but it's like I'm really trying to understand, because if I understand you better, then maybe I can find a way to be understood better, and that way I can present myself in a more authentic but less misunderstood way, because I confuse everybody. It don't matter your gender. It don't matter who you with, where you're from, what color your skin. I confuse everybody. I can definitely, and sometimes I do it on purpose, because my business is not your business. So mind it. Um, but I just overall I realized that I have been studying a lot. I've been looking at my child, and I'm studying. I don't want to say I'm studying him, but I'm observing him, and I'm just like, that is the boy version of me. But I'm just like, he is a more babyfied version of me, because he's getting all the pampering and all the love and all the freedom that I didn't receive. So he doesn't have any, like, awareness of everybody else around him. He barely be paying attention to himself. So he just doing stuff that kids do. But I'm like, at what point do the kids start preparing themselves to be a man? But I'm just like, my child is only 9, so I wouldn't want to try to like rush him and be like, bro, you need to learn how to grow up. Like, what the fuck? But I'm just like, you do have to learn some kind of structure, some kind of grit, because he too is a leader like his mother. Like, I know his daddy a clown, but you also are a reflection of your mother, so you can't be sitting there clowning around and stuff and thinking it's okay. Like, and I didn't mean to just call my baby daddy a clown, but like, I tell him to his face, like, I don't mind. Like, when people do clown shit, like, I acknowledge it. Like, you really out here seeking attention, and all attention ain't good attention. And I be trying not to talk so structurally to my child. I'm just like, bro, how do I be all loving and how I want to present myself if everybody else around him is doing that, and I'm seeing how it is messing with his growth versus contributing to the growth of him. Like, no, all y'all doing is sabotaging my son hardness. Like, all y'all doing is trying to make him a crybaby, somebody to depend on. Everybody, like, he don't have to depend on y'all for anything. Like, my child he gonna be all right. And I'm just like, why am I feeling like that so hard? Because I had to live that life. Like, I'm just like, dang, bro. Like, he act like he just can't, like, half of the stuff. I'm not saying we always buy microwave stuff. Sometimes I do wake up, cook him a hot breakfast, but I'm just like, if you don't smell hot breakfast being cooked, clearly it's not one of those mornings. Why are you unable to read that sign and be like, oh, okay, well, I know she bought microwave stuff, so I can go throw that in there. Like, he will disrupt my anger, my simple-mindedness, my this, that, and the 10 to serve him. And I'm just like, I'm supposed to be okay with this, but I'm not. And why am I not? Because he didn't even suggest on helping himself out. Like, he automatically was like, oh, okay, I'm going to allow this to be the slave of my life because that's what she's used to. Not as a mother. Like, my son will really try to, like, shit he can do, he will put me in a position like, oh, well, you already do it, so get to it. And I'll just be like, I ain't gonna beat you up, but we gonna figure out how we could coexist with you having a little bit more sympathy for my existence and, me being able to present myself how I need to present myself for your growth and your natural being. So I'm just like, I've just been really focused on that. Like, I really want to be a great mom for my child without feeling like such a father, or what I think a father should, how a father should be in the household. Excuse me. But in my head, everybody a psychopath. And I be trying to figure it out. And I don't exempt them because he a child. I just be like, oh, you won't play with me. And then I talk a little aggressive. So when I was giving him, I was like explaining life to him, and he started crying. I'm just like, bro, I'm not hurting you. I'm just letting you know what it is and what it ain't. Like, you sit here and act like everything is all good and Gucci. Like, it's not. Like, you make selfish decisions and you think that's okay. And then you bully the next person, but then you come to me crying when I try to talk to you. But you say because you consider it playing to talk about the next person, to push around the next person, that it's supposed to be okay. So what if I just gave you a whole speech about how to better your life and then be like, oh, I'm just playing. But you sat there and cried half the speech. I didn't do or say anything wrong. You may have not liked my delivery, and I'm working on that. But it's just like, and I asked him, I was like, do you even listen to me when I talk softly? Like, because I've seen you walk over me. Like, it's times where I tell my son to do something and he don't do it at all. He'll totally forget it. But as soon as I raise my voice and make shit happen, then it's like it's there. It's done. And I'm like, why do I have to do that? Like, why is that how we have to exist in each other's realities? And why I have to be your bad guy? Like, I used to feel like I was my child's superhero. And now I'm supposed to be a villain? And I'm just like, I Give it to God. I say, God, you, you and I, we got this. We gon' figure this out together.